but we'll talk about everything. I mean, I praise this a lot, as you guys know. Like, this is the only person who like truly believed in me from the beginning. I remember you got me the high-speed internet. You always bought me the new game. You always let me stay home from school when the new game came out. You just always believed in my shit for video games. Always. Like, you always just like, it's just crazy. You always just believed in me. Why? How? Like, usually, like, every other parent would just call you crazy. Why did you kind of believe in me from the...
I mean, I had my moments of, like, doubt, which were just, like, you know, very fleeting. But the way you spoke about it was as if you read a book and you were telling me all about the book you read. That is how you described your future in streaming to me. And so it just struck me as, what choice did I have but to, you know, but to support you in doing that. I really didn't feel I had any choice. And drove me a little crazy at the beginning with the yelling and the screaming and the neighbors I had to fight with. I didn't tell you half the stories of some of the fights I got into in the neighborhood.
What happened?
Just from the yelling and the whole house would shake sometimes and the windows would shake, and I don't think you had very good windows on that list.
No, I didn't. They were unscrewed and like...
Yeah. So, you know, my neighbors threatened to call the cops a lot. One time I had to deal with the sheriff one time. Thought I was beating my wife. And I said, absolutely not. That sound is not the sound of a man beating his wife. That is the sound of a happy, young 16-year-old boy who's streaming.
That's crazy. I didn't know you had... I didn't even know that.
Yeah. And then when we first moved into this place, I forgot what happened. Something tipped me off that all the neighbors were going to come after me with pitchforks and like...
I remember that you had to board everything up and all that stuff.
I went to Home Depot, I boarded everything up, and it turned out it was a false alarm. Like the neighbor just wanted to give me like a welcome basket or something like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, all that aside, I've been in business a long time.
Thank you, Aiden's dad, for raising such a good son. He also raises me winking face.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I'm going to mute the TTS, but that's going to be later on, like where we can put on text to speech so people can donate money and talk. It's cool. Yeah, it's really cool. No, yeah, I think it's crazy, like, to see, like, how everything planned out. Like you said, I really didn't know I was going to make it, and I made videos of myself, and I explained it, and I broke it down to you, kind of how I was going to make it. But the wild thing to me is just, like, you were the one person who just, like, okay, let's... My dad, at that time, you know... Like, I remember you had to try, like, different credit cards.
Yeah, that was right when you were about to take off is when I hit a real rough patch with work.
In his life, yeah.
I was in between jobs, and I remember there was this new high-speed internet that came to our town that you wanted to try it, and it was like they wanted you to pay $600 up front.
But let's go back for a little bit.
Sure.
Do you remember, like, literally in 8th, 9th grade I wanted to stream? Do you remember that or no?
Of course.
The internet was just too bad. Like, I wanted to stream as a freshman in high school.
Yes.
And I couldn't do it because the internet. So senior year comes along. The high-speed internet, your pockets are hurting right now because you're going in and out of jobs. You tried 3 different cards. They all declined until, like, the last one finally worked. We got approved. We got the internet, like, a month, like, later. And then I just took it so seriously. I literally was like, all right, I'm doing this. I'm doing that. You know, I got a job and I got, like, some other equipments and stuff. And you just helped me pay for the internet. And then I just really took over. Like, I
remember that, and you were excited. I think your upload speed was, what, 1.2?
Yeah.
But that was just enough, right?
Right, the 1.2 upload speed was just enough to do it. I found a way to do it with shitty quality, and then we slowly upgraded it, and then it slowly upgraded, and then I could make decent content. Then I would pull 12-hour streams, and we would constantly have internet problems, and just back and forth, and we would lose pieces, and all this crazy stuff. And
power would go out.
Oh, yeah, the place we were at, just powers would go out. Like, the internet would just have issues. We'd have to get an internet guy over all the time. I had, like, 6 different modems I had to keep swapping out. The point is, there's no excuse you guys can make when you're coming up. I had 1 megabyte of upload speed, MGS of upload speed, and I still made it happen. You know, there's a way to do it. But I was so dedicated back then, and it was crazy. Like, you just watched me do it.
Remember there was a time where I drove you 3.5 hours to Los Angeles.
Yes.
Right? We got the game that you needed to get.
And we drove back.
We got a soda, and we drove 3.5 hours,
wow.
8 hours in the car.
No dad would do that.
Just so you could have that game early, right? Like 2 days early.
Yeah, he got me 2K15 early, I remember. NBA 2K15 early, a few days early, because LA obviously gets copies first. You know, we were in a town that's obviously not LA, a few hours away. You literally did that. 3-hour drive back and forth.
Right.
just to get me my game.
I
right.
was drinking the same Kool-Aid you were drinking. I mean, I was, you know, you had me believing, and so I was behind you 100%. But I also have to admit, I never dreamt that you'd reach this level this fast.
Yeah, it was quick. It was really fast, and you know, it's crazy to me like how fucking like quick it was. Yeah, literally how quick it is.
And now
I was just in high school 2 years ago.
Yeah, it seems like yesterday I was asking if you got all your homework done. You know,
I know
time goes by so fast.
that's crazy, but it just I don't know. Like it's just I don't know. It's
So now you're like Superman, right? So you're gonna use your powers for good, evil, fun, bad. You know, I know you're gonna use your powers for good. I know that.
no 100%. I think that it comes with a lot though. There's a lot of responsibility now. There's a lot of people's lives that obviously are intact with mine. There's a lot of negativity now. Like I'm not used to a lot of hate. I get a lot of hate now. I get a lot of controversy. People don't all like me like they used to. You know, not everyone who watches me likes me. You know, now people hate me and people try to like discourage me.
So
And
some
stuff.
people watch you because they enjoy hating you.
I think people watch me because they're so miserable with their lives, right? And they're so jealous. For example, like people would probably hate on this because they don't even have like a dad who believed in them. Instead of maybe just like being like, damn, like look how like, you know, like appreciative and shit like some dads can be. Like I guarantee a lot of people in this chat are just so miserable with their lives and, you know, they just don't know what to do, but they take it out on me, if that makes sense.
Well, has any of these miserable lives people ever like turned around and like gone the other direction?
So that's funny you said that. Like I've one time taken, you know, I've one time slid in people's DMs and I would be like, you know, like, hey, you know, why are you saying, you know, that type of thing to me? And they were like, oh my God, I just want to get a reaction out of you. I love you, you know.
So it's ball busting sometimes. It's just
100%. And not everybody's miserable. Like the people that love me and that are always, you know, just spreading positivity towards my streams and stuff, they're good people, you know, because they don't have to latch on their pain onto other stuff. Like that's just how it is. It's like I'm not looked at as a human being by a lot of people. I'm looked at kind of like as like a robot now. Like I'm looked at as somebody
Unreal.
when he's not streaming. Let's yell at him. Let's throw fucking tomatoes at him and stuff and all this stuff, you know. But my biggest thing is I'm not just a streamer at this point. I wanna find a way to kind of pave a wave and get into other industries and eventually acting. You already know I want to get into boxing, just all sorts of stuff. So.
I have this vision of you, and I don't know if I'm wrong or right, if it's wishful thinking, that you also can pave the way for other people that have talent to, you know, get on the same path, and you save them years in time to get on that path.
100%. And it just, all it takes is there's so many people out there with talent. For example, I really want you to start streaming and doing your stuff. I feel like you'd be a great streamer. Like just like, is that an earthquake or is that your foot?
It's my foot tapping because I'm excited.
Oh. But, you know what I mean? Like, I think there's a way to find unrecognizable talent. Like, you know, I want to find a way to do that and just put people on and help people as much as I possibly can. I think that I've changed a lot of people's lives and I just want to continue to do that. And it's just awesome when, you know, when people have this power. A lot of people do bad things with it, but I'm the one that, you know, I want to do nothing but good things with my brand and stuff. So
Yeah, I think it'll pick up momentum. I think the more people that you're able to bring into the limelight and to launch their own careers, I think the more momentum it'll pick. It's like a snowball going down a hill, and you know what I'm talking about? When you roll a snowball down a hill, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
100%.
Yeah, before you know, you have a giant wake, and like this is your army almost.
It's like an army.
It's like an army.
But why, how come everybody who watches me doesn't like me? That's the only thing that trips me out still. Why do you think?
Well, it's a combination. There's never one black and white answer for any specific question. You know, it's always a mixture. So I've got to say, it could be a little bit of envy.
Jealousy?
Yes, could be a little envy, could be a little jealousy, could be, like you said before, people just trying to have fun and break your balls and don't really hate you. And then it could be some people just thrive on negativity.
I just sometimes wish I was kind of like, I hate saying this because it sounds so ungrateful, but sometimes I wish I was kind of like smaller so I could appreciate my come up more. Like I didn't appreciate me coming up more. I was so sophisticated on numbers and growth when I was just really like a year ago having so fun in that little apartment playing my video game. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like that was everything to me.
I think I know what you're talking about. When I had a big company at one time and I had 50 employees and things were going along great, and 5 years passed, I lost all my employees, all my partners, and I was the only one there. And every day I came into work considering I was just going to shut the office down. But I stuck it out, and I built it from zero back up to a big company again. And I enjoyed rebuilding. So you could constantly be rebuilding other things, and
Yeah.
so you'd be that small fish in the big pond, not always the big fish in the little pond.
Yeah.
You have a lot of great ideas, so I think that's a way to have that best of both worlds.
You're right.
It's like a shark. You got to keep swimming or you die. So, what would you say is the next big challenge for you out there, where you would feel like you're starting from scratch again?
It's crazy. I think boxing is.
Okay.
I think just getting into like reworking my physique, my body, getting into healthy, because health is number one, So I think just even whether it's boxing or not, whether this boxing shit is real or not, me just getting my body right in general, it's just like that right there is just going to make me healthier and more happy, Just waking up knowing I have muscles and I have cardio and I'm in shape and stuff. So
there's a lot to be said. I don't know if any of your people read any Eastern philosophy teachings, but there's 3 centers in your body. There's your intellect, there's your emotional, and there's your physical. And if all 3 are doing work at one time, that's how you really, you get to feel everything.
Right.
So it's mental, emotional, and physical. And you apply all 3 with boxing would be perfect.
But another thing is like now I like what you're saying. I like that. But now I'm so mentally drained because I'm constantly like my life. It's not like I'm not living my life for me anymore. I'm like living my life for other people, like completely. I'm so drained and I'm so like I'm so drained.
Well,
like I don't even talk to you every day. I'd love to talk to you every day. I'd love to be able to talk to mom, call her up. I'd love to be able to talk to my aunts, grandmothers, all that stuff. But I'm so mentally out of it now, with everything going on, that like I want to just focus, and I don't know.
Because I've been giving you this advice since day one. You have to recharge your batteries. You have to find your own cathedral. You have to find a place where you go where you can recharge yourself. This way, when you get back into the streaming, whether it's the next day or 2 days later, you're fresh.
Yeah.
And your mind has had a chance to meditate and just decompress. So you don't do that.
No, I don't.
You're burning the candle at both ends. Like pretend this is a candle. You're burning it here, and you're lighting the candle in the middle.
Right.
And it's just going to burn out instantly.
Hey, Dad, what do you say to kids that want to follow their dreams and passion, but maybe their parents aren't like you, where you're so like believing in the beginning and stuff?
Persistence, sincerity. I mean, this is what I read from you. These are the vibes that you gave me. That there was going to be no stopping you. So it's like, why should I make your life harder, and be a drag when I knew there was no stopping you? So I saw the passion. So definitely passion and devotion. There's nothing, to me anyway, there's nothing more wonderful in business and in life than meeting people that are extremely devoted to whatever it is they're devoted to. Whether it's religion, whether it's reading, whether it's streaming, whatever it is, there's nothing like devotion. Nothing can break through devotion.
Right.
So it's for these young people that are having difficulties with their teachers or with their parents, not saying this is an open path for you. They just got to make it so clear that there's nothing that's going to stop them. So they could either join you and help you, or just get the hell out of my way kind of an attitude. But I realize when you're dealing with younger people with parents, they have to be respectful to their parents. So find a way to be firm but respectful, but so devoted. Like Adin, I've never met a more devoted man than you to your business, to your streaming.
Yeah.
So devoted. It didn't matter if the roof flew off the house and there was no electricity. You would pedal a bicycle and hook it up to the wires and make that generate the electricity.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how devoted. So definitely number one is devotion and sincerity, and results. To be able to show tangible results, because a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one small step. So you put enough small little steps together, and eventually you'll definitely get somewhere. So they've got to be able to not only be devoted, but to be able to demonstrate that they are making headway in what
I like
they're
that.
doing.
So you think that
Measurably.
you genuinely believe that anybody in this chat right now could do it?
I believe that a high percentage of the people in this chat that are extremely devoted and amped up to do this can find some success. They've got to find their niche. Thing is, too, not to be too afraid of how am I going to find exactly what my niche is? Because that all happens naturally.
Yeah,
So
everyone
trust the process.
everyone's gonna find their own exactly purpose. Eventually, it just comes to you. So how come it comes to some people sooner, like myself? Do you think?
That's a tough question for me to answer. Why, happens at different speeds.
Is it just chance or what?
Maybe part of it is luck. Like when I was highly successful in business at times, I never felt like it was all because of me. I also felt it was because of timing. The timing was right. And I met this one person that led me to this, that led me to that. And before you knew it, everything opened up for me. And then there were times, no matter how hard I tried, it didn't make a difference. There were no doors were going to open. So timing has a lot to do with everything in life.
Got it.